Oatmeal cream pie. Milk. It's the consistency, you know what I'm saying? Lil Uzi Vert and Future dropping a new project kind of out of nowhere. They dropped some mid singles earlier in the summer, Paddock and another track. And these tracks didn't end up lasting too long, you know what I'm saying? They were cool for the moment, one of them, but the other one didn't really stand the test of time. Now we're here. Neither one of those singles ended up on this project, which, you know, I'm thankful to God. Niggas secured the PS5 today. It's a good day. I'm not gonna lie to you. I say all this to say they need to deliver. I don't want them to do the same thing that they've always done, but do it together, because I feel like that's a waste of a collab project. When I listen to Kanye and I listen to Kid Cudi with Kid See Ghost, y'all know I'm not a big fan of that album, but I can admit that it's something that neither one of them did by themselves. You know, it's a world they created together. So when I listen to Future and his collabs with other artists, generally it's him making the same type of music that he would make by himself. And I don't really see a big point in grabbing somebody else to do what you would normally do on your own. So hopefully they kind of deliver something that, you know, I haven't really heard, or deliver something that's a little bit beyond their capability by themselves. Maybe they play off of each other. Maybe they have a lot of chemistry. There's 16 songs. What could possibly go wrong? Everything could possibly go wrong. Future and Uzi have delivered some enjoyable projects for me this year. Future definitely will high off life, and Uzi, I could see somebody saying, you know, an honorable mention for Eternal to Take. So, I mean, let's see what they got to deliver together. Yes, come on. Even though Kanye's riding God's dick nowadays, I gotta say, I'm just so happy. Despite me not being a big fan of 808s and Heartbreak, I'm just so happy for what that album did for the future, because this melancholic background for emo artists, for Uzi, you know, it just keeps reminding me that he's a product of people like Wayne and people like Kanye. And when I hear him in these vocal inflections and I hear him over this production, it's like, man, where would we be without the influencers? Killing it. Yeah, I like their hook right there. That hook is really kind of ear grabbing. Basically, we just put in work. That's all that track is. We put in work, you know, fruits of our labor type shit. However, I think that's a track that didn't need to be that long, and if they could have like shortened their verses, because what they were saying in the track didn't really paint too vivid of an image, because their tone in comparison to how they were rapping versus the hook. I mean, the hook just has way more energy. The elevation of energy when you transition from their verse to the hook is just, that gap is huge. So the rest of the song just doesn't end up being as entertaining, but I still think that's a decent track. Marni on Me. I might just spend the day. I got the sauce, I got the ability. Look how I talk. Oh my God, yes. Still dangerous FPG. Swagging on your whole like B. Still got brick my. All right, I like that track in the beginning, as you saw, but again, you don't want to grab Uzi to get him to do the same shit that you would do by yourself. It sounds like something that Future would just do by himself, but grabbing Uzi and them trading back and forth, and I don't mind that, right? I like that. I like that the energies are consistent, but it doesn't spell chemistry when you're doing the same shit that your counterpart is doing and then calling it a collab song when it could just be one person doing it. I just find less use out of Uzi or less use out of Future when they're both doing essentially the same shit. But the beat I liked. It was bubbly and it was kind of like aquatic. Track number 3 is Sleeping on the Floor. Yeah, mama, Caesar. Ooh, I'm getting fly like an eagle. Ooh, I wear more Gucci than Gucci. I try icy cotton, washing cash at the laundry. I be living in luxury. All seen on Yaya. I respect her up that baby. Jesus. You know, these tracks are starting off real good, and then like the more I listen to them, the more it's just like, all right, this nigga's passing the baton to this nigga, and they're both running down the track the exact same way. And after a while, it just gets like repetitive, or it just gets kind of monotonous hearing them do the exact same thing and then play it out for the remainder of the track. Don't get me wrong though, some of the beats are good, and I like kind of their energy as they're doing it, but like, where's the variation? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's Uzi's signature? That's really what I was waiting for, because Uzi is the one I feel like that's more gonna have to prove himself on these beats than Future will, because Future's just doing what Future does, but Uzi has had, at least in the past, more variations to his style than this, either in beat selection, or in vocal tone. So it's a little interesting or odd to me that he hasn't tried those different variations yet. You know, we're already 4 tracks in, so not a bad track. Still enjoyed it. Like the way Future ran it in the beginning. He definitely had a lot of energy. Real Baby Pluto. Yeah, see, this sounds more like a Uzi track.
If I do the show long, I bought some X so I probably could prolong. I bought the purse so I probably could go long. Keep it plugged into the wall like a phone charge. That's my Billy. That
nigga, what? Why? Bro, why are you plugged into the wall, bro? Why? Why are you plugged into the wall? What are you doing at the house, bro? Like a phone charger, bro. I'm about to turn this shit off. Bitch be hooked, call me Kareem. I got a bad bitch I'm sipping on syrup, I'm fucking your girl. I told her to ride this slow. Yeah, Future kind of sound like a demented conductor. I know conductors generally don't sing along with the orchestra that they lead, but like if one had a voice, I would imagine that's how it would sound. I don't mind that track. I just want like something to just like open me up, man. Something to just, you know, just something a little bit more explosive, you know what I mean? This is really safe right now. I do. I feel like it's really safe, and I would love for them to just do some off-the-wall, off-the-cuff shit, some shit that they really haven't tried before. Drinking and Smoking at track number 5. I like the string work and the hi-hats going together right now. Did he say floated or farted, man? Because if he said farted, I'm not playing the rest of this album. I'm not going back to check either, so I'm gonna just assume he said floated. But yeah, man, I like the beats right here. The beat right here is just like letting the instrumental kind of speak for itself, have its own voice. The strings are really nice. That's a really nice signature to this track right now. She called me Messiah the way I floated in her ocean. Messiah? I don't own no ice cream truck, just know my eyes freeze. Man, I read a text. Yeah, it's another, like I said, it's another cool track. I like, you know, like I said, the instrumental is the most enjoyable part of the song for me. But like I said, you know, the more we go into the album, the more I would like more variation, because if you keep making songs like this, songs that are kind of closer to your signature style, it's like, how long does it take before we just kind of understand that you've made this song before, and the closer this song sounds to mirroring your previous work, the less reason there is to go to this new album. Again, these tracks aren't bad. It's just they don't really do anything. Track number 6 is $1 Million Play. Yeah. Yeah. Uzi is running it. I love it. It sounds like the piano is sitting between 2 loud ass drums constantly getting vibrated. There's a lot to like about this track. I like this. Yeah, probably the first track I really liked on this album. Again, they don't really tackle it in too different of a way from one another, but I can't say that it's not enjoyable. That's a fine track. That's a fine track. Like the piano in there too. Track number 7 is Plastic. Yeah, 3%. Yeah, 2%. Yeah, plastic Glock. Yeah, plastic bitch. I've been selling it first. I've been sipping scissors in a whole nother world. I know y'all gonna say I'm crazy right now, and I even kind of feel like I'm crazy from what I'm about to say, but you know who would sound really nice on this track is Playboi Carti. Playboi Carti, I feel like will sound really dope on this song. Not to say the Future isn't doing his thing right now. It's just, I just want to hear what Carti would sound like on this. Yeah, man, like I said, like these aren't bad songs. It's just I'm missing the flair because it seems so mute and devoid of Uzi's personality. If I wanted to hear a bunch of Future tracks, I would just listen to Future music, you know what I mean? But the possibility of it sounding like a totally different experience with Uzi, knowing how playful and how, I won't say experimental, but how off the wall he can sometimes be with his inflections, and sometimes how off the wall he can be with the songs that he can create. I just was expecting more of that instrumentation, more of that, I guess, creativity here. And I just feel like Uzi's been made to mimic, you know, everything that Future's doing for the sake of keeping the vibe of what a Future song would be, as opposed to what a Future and Uzi song would sound like. Plastic is another okay, cool song. Like, it's not bad. Track number 8, That's It. I got different designers all over. Rainbow Rodeo, no, that's it. Got a bisexual girl, that's it. Do a professional girl, that's it. What is a professional bisexual? Rich shit, bliss, young house. You know, like I said, man, this is what the fuck do you want me to say, dog? All right, I feel like I'm getting myself upset because I have to just reiterate the same point that nothing about these tracks is standing out. It's exactly what I would expect from a Future song. Uzi's just following the blueprint, but this isn't what I would want from a Future and Uzi tape. Nothing about this album to me so far says we came together and created something that we couldn't do separately. Nothing about this says that to me. Despite me liking some of the songs, if I have to listen to this, I don't see any reason why I would, them sounding like older Future tracks, when I would just go listen to older Future tracks. But these aren't bad, you know what I'm saying? They're not bad, it's just not memorable in any way. Like, they're putting me to sleep. But I really like Future's flow in the beginning of that, I do. I really love Future's flow in the beginning of that, but he's done it before. Am I supposed to be looked at as a fool? Like, am I supposed to just keep listening to the same song over and over again? Quarantine ain't got me that bored. Track number 9, Bought a Bad Bitch. All right, let's see what she look like. You know, this kind of sound like Backyard from Travis Scott a little bit. You know what this album feels like right now? It feels like being at a function and just constantly taking them back. And like the more and more you take them back, the deeper and deeper into your soul you get. You just start to realize you didn't need to be here. You didn't need to do this. You didn't need to go here. You didn't need to leave the house. But now you're here and now you're drunk. And you can't call an Uber because you can't see. And you can't see because you got too lit. But you're not even lit. You're just sitting down. You've been here in the same spot for 30 minutes taking them back. Your friends are already gone. They not really your friends. And you notice this randomly in the middle of your crisis. But you don't know it's a crisis yet. Because like I said, you're too lit. But you're not really lit. You're just sitting down. And now you're here, you're just stuck, waiting to be taken advantage of. This track is slowly falling into an abyss and just not knowing that you're in it until you're in it. And I feel like this is what this album has been. Just, wow, I'm here now. I didn't even know I was here until I got here, waiting for my Uber to come pick me up. Track number 10 is Rockstar Chainz. Bro, I feel you, bro. I damn near dozed off. Bro, I just fucking, why, dog? Just make some memorable shit. What is this? The more I'm going into it, when y'all had months to make this, probably a year or longer, and this is what the fuck you came up with? This is crazy to me. You have one of the strangest rappers in history to make an album with, and you decide, hey, let's make a bunch of songs that I would make. Track number 11 is Lullaby. Oh my God, they know exactly what they're doing too. They knew they were gonna put niggas to sleep with this.
I am really doing wrong. Yeah. And you know me. I'ma just charge it to the game.
No, it's on you. Don't get it twisted.
That's why you ain't want me to wear no condom. Now tell me what's that in the kitchen, no potatoes got mashed out. Man, you see,
oh my fucking goodness, man. Oh, you stink. You know, I see why people call Drake the GOAT, man. Because this is a concept or an idea that I feel like he would have taken to a much spicier level. Uzi's just like being so matter of fact about it. And it just makes it like, I mean, I guess it don't really make it that shocking. There's no like cleverness attached to it. It's just, oh, let me tell you exactly what happened. I'm not mad at this track though. I mean, sonically, it's a little bit more interesting than the other stuff that we've gotten so far. But I mean, it's nothing is standing out right now. It's like these tracks are just super forgettable right now. I was kind of dealing with it and it was kind of tolerable like the first couple tracks, like maybe through up the first 8 tracks or so. But then it's just like, bro, what the fuck is happening? She never been to Pluto. Well, she's definitely been to sleep. The fuck, is this a 2010 Chris Brown track?
My jacket made out of Titan. My car's made out of fight.
Bro, what are you niggas talking about? Oh my God, stop! Very rare that I feel like I've needed a break listening to an album. Like, that's how mind-numbing this experience is right now. And it's not like they're trying something new and failing. They're just going. They're just going, and I wish they would stop. F off that. I don't know what Uzi's obsession is with getting head but not feeling teeth, my G, okay? It's not that rare. I don't know how old the women that you're courting are, but like, it's very common to get head and not feel teeth, my guy. This man is mesmerized by the concept of a decent blowjob, and it's crazy. Tell me this is just what Future would do on a song by himself. This would have been dope if y'all had done the track like this the whole time. That would have been dope.
Diamonds on me, blue just like the ocean. Serving that white girl.
That's probably one of the more interesting tracks out of the bunch I've heard. It's cool, I guess, man. I guess it's cool. We need some different producers though. Y'all need a surprise guest feature. There's just nothing. It's just these niggas the entire time, and I'm like, bro, I can't. Like, my eyes are low. I'm not tired though. 14, I don't want to break up, bro. If this is the shit that you delivering in a relationship, you need to break up.
Love life. If you want the riches in the ice, yeah.
But I don't, bro. I just want you to shut the fuck up. That's all I want. I want you and this nigga to make some music that you haven't already made. That's all I want. I don't want none of what y'all niggas are talking about. This is not how you do this in a panoramic, okay? It is a pansexual. It's a pandemic outside, bro. What is this album? Bankroll. Jesus. I saw some girl on Twitter the other day promoting her OnlyFans, and she was rapping. So I mean, I guess that's the new move. Basically, what I'm saying is I would rather listen to a OnlyFans rapper than listen to this shit. You know what I always wonder too about OnlyFans? Like, what if the person that you like pay for a subscription for, what if they die? Like, do you get your money back? Like, say you pay at the very start of a month or something like that, or the end of a month. I don't know how it goes. And then they just up and die. Like, can you dispute the amount of money that you spent? Moment of clarity. My moment of clarity is when I realized that there was nothing that these two had to offer together.
Clarity, I'm straight off the yacht. Up on my currency, I'm taking your spot. Fuck a celebrity, she like a thotty. Stars saw me, I look like a caveman. Everyday life is a movie from here.
That sound in the back, it sounds like a really haunting vocal in the background. I like the way that sounds. Yeah, this new Future and Lil Uzi tape, I don't even know what it's called, man. I didn't even read the title. This is not the album that I was expecting, and I wasn't really expecting much of anything. I can't really open my eyes right now because I don't want you to see my disappointment. It's deep in my soul. I can't really express in words how terrible it feels to not anticipate a release and to still be disappointed by it. It's like somebody in your life making a promise to you about something that you didn't ask for in the first place, and then you end up super disappointed when they don't deliver. Even though they had no reason, they could have just shut the fuck up and said nothing. Nah, they got your hopes up, and then boom, disappointment. Just like, I ain't gonna say it. Just like my fucking dad. In all seriousness, this album is not it. I'd expect with a Future and an Uzi project, they'd be able to deliver something a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more, true to theme. A little bit more creative and a little bit more open when it comes to ideas beyond just trap music. But that's all they explore on this entire album. And it's like, why grab Uzi to do something that you could have done by yourself? Why participate in something that doesn't even cater to your signature? Why even make tracks about the exact same thing for 16 songs in a row that don't reference anything thematically, don't have anything to do with the way you marketed the album months ago, don't have anything to do with the trailer that you guys have? It's mediocre, and it's very telling of what they know they can get away with when people are willing to feed into it. And obviously we've already given them the stream, but I don't see something like this lasting at all, especially when you compare it to whatever they've already released. The releases that they've had this year, both of them separately, blow everything that they have on this album out of the water completely, in my opinion. So why collab? Why get together and make mid when you delivered pretty good material on your own, both of you, this year? The only reason Future outshines Uzi so much on this album is because Future's doing what Future would do by himself. Uzi's just following the pattern and not doing it nearly as well as Future does. Even with Future doing his own style best on this album, he doesn't do it in very memorable ways. And when Uzi latches onto that, he just sounds like, I won't say a clone, but he sounds like a lesser Future. A lesser Future with less to say, less entertainment, less ego, less braggadocio, just less of everything. It doesn't feel like a collab album. It just sounds like Future with Uzi features. Very rarely does Uzi get on one of these tracks and it feel like he makes it his own. And for artists that you don't go to for rapping, they do way too much of it on this album. I know that kind of sounds contradictory coming from somebody like me, but I've never gone to a Future or a Lil Uzi because I want them to rap more. I want them to kind of capture aesthetics more and carry vibes and carry atmospheres more, and they don't do that at all on this album. This album, when it comes to beats, very, very bare bones, and they ride these beats like they would any other trap song. It makes it non-unique. It makes it nondescript. It makes it monotonous. The monotony on this album makes 3-minute songs feel like 5-minute songs. The way they tackle each track is just so A, B, and C. No attempt at any variation. Boring. Puts you to sleep. At least me personally. And I don't really see the value in listening to something like this, especially with what they've both delivered this year, blowing this project out of the water for both of them. I don't really see a point in listening to it. If you want to hear something that's cooler, listen to them both solo, because them together is really forgettable. That's all I got to say about this, man. Future and Uzi came together to be as bad as they could have been apart.